In the future, humanity will be on the brink of extinction due to air pollution. People are forced to wear masks and homes are equipped with filtration systems. However, the scientists at Terra have developed an innovative substance that allows people to breathe for 6 hours without any protective system. But there are limitations. Since this substance is very expensive, it's available to a limited number of individuals. A man named Solomon receives a notification about increasing toxins. The last green zone has disappeared, and 68% of the population live in the red zone. According to forecasts, within the next 18 months, 83% of the population will be in the red zone. Solomon understands that the Terra Corporation wants to make all people their slaves, and to prevent this, he tries to develop an alternative to their invention. Spider suggests that since the substance is currently popular and the police are too lazy to deal with it, Solomon can dye his product blue. Ella is the face of the Raw Company. Her mother held this position, which is why the family is now very wealthy, and they have a large supply of the breathing medication. Her boyfriend, Talo, sent a message that he would be busy today, which means he won't be able to come to the date. Then Ella suggests to her friend Gina to go for a walk, not knowing that she and Talo have a secret romance. Talo plans to tell Ella the truth, but Gina asks him to wait. Today is the anniversary of Ella's mother's death, and she is notified that the pollution level exceeds 700%. They have to lower the roof. Talo parks in the ghetto to buy some substance. The order was very large, so while everything is being packaged, he watches TV. Eric is answering questions from the public, and Lazar calls in to start asking provocative questions, adding that Terra is unable to supply breathing medication to everyone. Eric doesn't know how to answer this, so he ends the interview. Talo gets very bored, and he has the idea to explore the house. He finds Solomon, who has already dyed the development blue. Solomon can breathe deeply, so he is on the right track. But Talo thought Solomon had taken the new substance and wants to experience its effects too. He takes a couple of samples and leaves while someone observes the building and sees the couple exiting. Ella reaches home, but her father is not there as he is delayed in the health department. Not wanting to sit alone, Ella decides to drop by a party where Talo and Gina end up as well. Their secret is revealed. Because of their bickering, Talo forgets the substance, and Ella drinks it. Eric returns to Terra and asks to locate Lazar. They test new drugs in the lab with negative results. However, Angela received good news. Their technicians managed to track Lazar in Luxembourg. Eric's contemplation is interrupted by a phone call from his son, Max. He says he gave some money to a beggar. Eric is very displeased by this since, to him, most people are not worthy of it. Max is taken away by Eric's ex-wife. She plans to take Max as far away from Eric as possible. Eric fears they will end up in the red zone. Ella feels unwell, experiencing intense heat. To cool down, she gets into cold water. Talo notices the substance is missing just as Solomon's people do. They want to reclaim what was stolen from them. Talo pretends not to understand what they're talking about, for which he receives several blows. He then swears he doesn't have the substance. Someone else must have taken it. Solomon orders everyone in the house to be questioned. Once everyone leaves the room, Ella tells Talo that she took the substance. He goes after Solomon's people, but by the time they return to the bathroom, Ella has disappeared. Talo then pulls out a gun, which was a big mistake, as he gets shot and loses consciousness. Solomon tells Spider that Ella must have a high temperature now, so she couldn't have gone far. Spider shouts to the crowd that the police will arrive soon, causing them to disperse immediately. Talo regains consciousness and is shocked to see Ella hanging from the ceiling. She has developed some spots, which he attributes to the body's reaction to the substance. Ella tries to lock the door, but to no avail. In frustration, she easily breaks the door. She doesn't feel pain and attributes it to adrenaline. The entire first floor is filled with Solomon's people. They need to find another way out. Tylo mentions that the glass is bulletproof and can't be broken, but not for Ella. Solomon hears the commotion and rushes to the bathroom. The pair jumps to the neighboring roof. Tylo almost falls, but Ella, like Spider-Man, clings to him with her hand. However, this doesn't save Tylo. He stumbles and falls. Solomon asks Ella not to run. He wants to know how much of the substance she took. Hearing everything, he asks her to come to him, stating that only he can help. Ella escapes, running into the street. Her energy quickly depletes, but luckily Brian notices her and helps her hide. The man who was keeping an eye on Solomon knows there is a new target for surveillance. Ella wakes up and strikes Brian with a blade that emerged from her elbow. She attempts to wash away the marks, but they only grow. However, she can cut off the claw without understanding what is happening to her. She goes to the hospital. The nurse thinks Ella is infected by some virus and needs to be quarantined. Ella clearly wasn't expecting this and resorts to what she does best, escaping. She encounters a dead end, but her Spider-Man abilities help her hide on the ceiling. Ella is grateful to the girl for not giving her away and gives her all her breathing medicine. The commissioner informs Eric that Solomon's people were chasing Ella. They don't know why yet, but we'll find out. Solomon arrives at Brian's apartment, sees the claw, and realizes she had been there. Ella visits her friend and asks her not to be afraid. Gina allows her to come in as a guest. With each minute, Ella's health deteriorates, and she asks Solomon what he wants. He sets a meeting location. Having no other choice, she agrees. In Luxembourg, Tara's people try to find Lazar, but there is only a tablet in the building. Ella arrives at the rendezvous point, where she is immediately knocked out. They take her to their base, watched by a tracker. Ella finds herself tied up. Using her new powers, she frees herself, but instead of escaping, she starts devouring everything in sight due to intense hunger. Spider suggests Solomon take Ella to Lazar. Ella wants to know what's happening to her. Solomon explains that her metabolism has accelerated. Spider tries to approach her and receives an acidic spit as a result. At this time, the building is surrounded and an assault is prepared. Ella is packed into a car and driven to a police station. It turns out Solomon used to work for Eric, which is why they were able to track him down. Eric asks Ella to tell them about the drug. Solomon even promises to help her. Ella trusts him, which leads her to follow him. Spider wasn't captured, and she followed the car. Eric warns Ella that they need to perform a biopsy. They have yet to administer the anesthesia shot, but in reality, they just knock her out. Eric plans to dissect her genome and learn the cause of the mutation. Judging from the data, Ella can no longer be called human. Perhaps Solomon can uncover this mystery and even become his partner. Solomon doesn't want to collaborate with someone who condemns most of humanity to extinction. Ella se despierta. Eric reveals that Solomon identified a combination of genes that neutralize atmospheric pollution. She can help them create the formula introduced into her, after which they will surely restore her human appearance. Ella believes again and signs the documents allowing the experiments. Initially, they fill the room with a toxin twice exceeding the red zone norm. Her father filed a missing person report, but this doesn't concern Eric, as the local police commissioner already has a lifetime supply of their product. Even through the soundproof and impenetrable glass, Ella easily hears what will be done with her. Eric orders to release the gas into the chamber, and Ella passes out. However, she only pretends to be unconscious, planning another escape. Solomon is also held on the lower level. They team up to increase their chances of escape while explaining the dragonfly genes inside her. Spider enters the complex intending to lay explosives and meet up with Solomon. She volunteers to act as bait, while Ella cuts the fence and escapes with Solomon. Solomon admits he mutated too, though only slightly. The formula in the ampoule will help initiate mass production. Ella promises to find Lazar and then flies away. The movie ends with a scene. Fully transformed, Ella finds Lazar, who turns out to be Angela. We'd be grateful for your like and subscription.